an advocate, for me, it's righting a wrong and standing up for something that is morally important and speaking out and doing something about it as opposed to just thinking about it. Giving back takes all forms, and it doesn't have to be a big giant thing, because collectively, if we all did this, what a wonderful place the world would be. I started in my housing work here in California, actually in Catholic Charities. And I stepped in as the single staff and started to build that department. The Low-Income Housing Tax Credit Program, which was part of the 1986 tax reform, and it allowed us to do all sorts of things in terms of financing affordable housing. It was very complex, and there was a lot of risk. The diocese felt like, wow, this was not probably the correct place to be building such a large-scale housing operation. And so they started looking around for where could we move this work that would really take it over and make sure and steward it to something really big. Who does that better than the sisters? And inside of a few years, we basically decided to merge, take the housing work from Catholic Charities, just pick it up and move it into Mercy Housing, which was the beginning of just an explosion of activity. The sisters, they understand risk, and they aren't afraid to take risk. I have learned so many things from the sisters. The courageous way in which they do their work and the selflessness has just always been such a wonderful thing to actually be able to observe and then learn how to be that person as well. But I always have told them, I think they're the first women's livers. These women always knew that they could do anything that they chose to do, and that there wasn't anything that would stop them. And that was liberating in and of itself. I never realized that I felt somewhat oppressed. When I came to work for the sisters, it was just expected that I would lead, that my opinion was incredibly valued. There was never any second guessing. This was a new feeling. And of course, now I've worked for the sisters for 33 years, and so now I can't understand how it felt previously. Sister Lillian, who of course was my mentor and boss for 25 years. She had so many statements. One that was so incredibly important and it taught me so much was assume positive intent. And if you actually live that, you cannot imagine the doors that it opens. No is not a word in my vocabulary. Absolutely not. If somebody says you can't do this, well, then that must mean it really needs to be done. And somebody needs to do it that really wants to put their heart and soul into it. And that's what it takes. It takes passion. Passion and commitment to be a good advocate. You really have to want what it is you're advocating for.